Hello everyone, get ready, because today we're diving into a Hollywood revelation nearly a century in the making. At 99 years old, Mel Brooks has finally arrived at a point in life where he doesn't filter anything. The legendary creator of Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and Spaceballs is breaking his silence about the actors he absolutely refused to work with, the ones who caused him the most frustration, heartbreak, and creative turmoil throughout his iconic career. For decades, the industry whispered about secret clashes, artistic explosions, and friendships shattered behind the camera. But now Mel Brooks is telling the truth himself, raw, honest, and completely unfiltered. And these aren't minor names. These are giants, legends, icons. But even legends collide. So let's open the door to the stories Hollywood never wanted you to hear. Starting with the name nobody expected. The first actor Mel Brooks openly admitted he could never work with was Jerry Lewis, a man many consider one of the greatest comedic minds in history. Behind the scenes, Brooks described Lewis with a mix of amazement and fatigue. Lewis was brilliant, yes, but also draining. He was a comic volcano constantly erupting with ideas, impulses, rewrites, and overwhelming energy. And while Brooks admired him deeply, admiration did not equal compatibility. Their tension reached its peak in the mid-1980s, when Brooks was developing his film Life Stinks, a sharp social satire about a billionaire forced into homelessness, when the studio suggested Jerry Lewis for a major supporting role, claiming his involvement would boost the film's profile. Brooks refused without hesitation. He famously responded, "I don't need someone who thinks he's funnier than the film." Brooks knew Lewis's reputation all too well. Lewis often rewrote scenes mid-take, argued over details, and took creative control the moment he walked onto a set. Brooks, who believed in structured comedic timing, rhythm, and ensemble harmony, immediately recognized that their working styles would explode on contact. The two met only once, a dinner arranged by a mutual acquaintance. Brooks arrived open-minded, while Lewis arrived late and launched into a non-stop speech about the future of comedy. Barely acknowledging Brooks at the table, Brooks listened quietly, then left early, not out of anger but clarity. From that moment, both men knew they would remain legends in separate worlds. The second name is more painful because it does not stem from ego or conflict, but heartbreak. This is the story of Gene Wilder, the man Mel Brooks once called his artistic soulmate. Their partnership created films that reshaped comedy forever: Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, and the unforgettable chemistry of characters that audiences still cherish today. Wilder brought gentle sincerity, emotional depth, and razor-sharp comedic instincts. Brooks brought wild imagination, chaotic genius, and fearless directorial precision. Together, they were unstoppable. But even the greatest collaborations can fracture. After the success of Young Frankenstein, Wilder wrote a script titled The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother and dreamed of directing it. He expected Brooks, his friend and partner, to produce it and guide him through his first experience behind the camera. But Brooks said no. He believed Wilder wasn't ready to direct yet. Brooks didn't intend to hurt him. He wanted to protect him from failure. But Wilder didn't hear caution. He heard rejection. He felt abandoned. Wilder made the film without Brooks. Familiar faces appeared: Marty Feldman, Dom DeLuise. But the warm magic the two men once shared wasn't there. Their creative rhythm, once effortless, had cracked. They never fought publicly. They never insulted each other. They simply drifted apart, silently and painfully. Years later, they ran into each other unexpectedly. A handshake, a smile, a small exchange of gentle jokes. But the brotherhood they once had never fully returned. That sacred creative loop, where each man could finish the other's thoughts, had closed. And Brooks, fiercely loyal, never reopened a door once shut. The third actor on Brooks' list is Chevy Chase, the star of Saturday Night Live, Fletch, and National Lampoon's Vacation, known for his razor-sharp wit and deadpan delivery. Through the 1980s and 1990s, studios repeatedly suggested casting Chase in Brooks' films. On paper, he seemed perfect, a recognizable star with a tone that seemed compatible with Brooks' style. But Brooks rejected the idea every single time. Why? Because Chevy Chase violated Brooks' most sacred comedic rule: ensemble harmony. Brooks believed comedy was a team sport. You give, you take, you support, you share the rhythm. But Chevy Chase, despite his brilliance, often carried an air of superiority. Many performers reported that Chase could silence a room with one sarcastic remark, Brooks once said, "He's not performing. He's waiting for everyone else to stop so he can prove he's the smartest guy there." For Brooks, this attitude was fatal. He didn't want stars who dominated the frame. He wanted collaborators who elevated the ensemble. The closest Chase ever came to a Brooks role was in Spaceballs, when the studio suggested him for the character Dark Helmet. Brooks didn't even entertain it. He chose Rick Moranis, explaining, "Rick knows when to step forward and when to step back." Chase only knew how to step forward. They met once, briefly, in a cold and uneventful interaction that confirmed Brooks' instincts. As Brooks later joked, maybe in another universe. In his universe, however, there was no place for Chevy Chase. Fourth on the list is the legendary Harvey Korman, a towering figure from the Carol Burnett Show, known for his sharp instincts, explosive timing, and an improvisational brilliance few comedians could match. Korman wasn't just funny, he was a force, and his first major collaboration with Mel Brooks in Blazing Saddles had been extraordinary. On that film, his mischievous energy and unpredictable flair blended beautifully with Brooks' controlled chaos. The result was magic, but the harmony wouldn't last forever. But a Mel Brooks film was nothing like that. Brooks didn't just direct, he orchestrated. His films were built like musical compositions. Every word, every breath, every tiny pause had an intention behind it. Brooks believed that even one improvised line could collapse the rhythm of an entire scene. Comedy, for him, was precision disguised as spontaneity. So when Harvey Korman arrived on set and began reshaping his character, adding new quirks, adjusting tone, improvising fresh dialogue, Brooks stopped him immediately. His response was sharp but honest. "We already wrote the funny part. We just need you to do it." That single line set the mood for the rest of the project. The set grew tense. Korman questioned blocking and timing, nudging lines as if the script were negotiable. Brooks, usually playful, grew rigid and economical with his words. Crew members later described the atmosphere as silent warfare. No shouting, no dramatic confrontations, but a heavy tension lingering in the air. Two comedic giants, each brilliant, each stubborn, refusing to bend. And yet, despite the behind-the-scenes friction, Korman delivered a masterful performance on screen. His professionalism never faltered, but the strain had taken its toll. When filming wrapped, something had quietly ended. Korman's name vanished from Brooks' future casting lists. There was no anger, no betrayal, just a mutual realization. Their creative worlds, once aligned, could no longer coexist. For Mel Brooks, rhythm was sacred, and with Harvey Korman, that rhythm had finally broken. The final name on Brooks' list is Frank Langella, a respected dramatic actor with a powerful presence. During the early stages of Dracula, Dead and Loving It, Brooks needed a lead who could bring fast energy, absurdity, and comedic agility to the role. But Langella, who had previously played Dracula on Broadway with haunting seriousness, came into rehearsals carrying a brooding, Shakespearean melancholy. It was the absolute opposite of what Brooks needed. Langella delivered every line with heavy gravitas, turning comedic scenes into dramatic monologues. Cast and crew grew uneasy. The tone felt wrong. During one rehearsal, when Brooks handed Langella a classic Brooks-style comedic setup, Langella paused and asked, "Do you want me to mock the text?" Brooks stared and answered, "No, I want you to survive it." It became painfully clear that Langella was performing in an entirely different universe. A quiet separation followed, and in his place stepped Leslie Nielsen, whose ability to play absurdity with a straight face created exactly the chaos the film needed. These 5 names reveal the true core of Mel Brooks as a filmmaker. He never built his cinematic universe on star power alone. He built it on trust, collaboration, and pure comedic chemistry. Talent was never the issue. Every actor he rejected had plenty of it. The problem was rhythm, joy, harmony. Brooks believed comedy was a delicate machine where every performer must serve the story, not overshadow it. In his world, ego had to bow to the ensemble, and improvisation had to strengthen, not derail, the carefully crafted structure. Even the biggest names had to surrender to the collective magic. Those who couldn't simply didn't belong in Mel Brooks' universe. So now that these secrets are out, who surprised you the most? Which story shocked you? And which partnership do you wish had happened? Share your thoughts below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing Hollywood stories. Thanks for watching.